Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm really excited for today's video because we're going to be talking all about my wins, my successes, and my losses, and how this whole year has kind of come together and how it's concluding and what I'm going to be doing for the new year. So let's jump into it. Okay, actually, before we begin, I did want to mention that I have re-updated and launched my mentorship and course. So if you are trying to learn how to be the best version of you as far as an online creator, especially and more specifically in the adult content space, then I have a mentorship and online course that is a 2-for-1, and it's linked down below, and it's completely redone. There is so much more information on there. I kind of redid the website, how it looks and everything. I just wanted to update it and keep you, informed with what's going on. So definitely check it out if you're interested, and I'll see you over there. Okay, let's jump into the video. So today I want to talk about some of the things that worked and didn't work this year and what I'm going to be doing into the new year. So I did make a whole video about some of the strategies that I'm going to start taking into 2024, but I wanted to talk about some of the wins first, because I think that that is going to keep us on a high, get us started correctly. And honestly, this year was a win for me. It was a really good year, and I think just in general, like, I hit 70K on YouTube. I've had, the best months as far as like income that I've ever had in this career, and I've been doing this for 4 years now. Also, this was the first year of my online course and mentorship, which was really exciting and did really, really well this year. So there was a lot of wins when it comes to my business and my career and just what I've been doing. So let's just dive into, I guess, the first part of this, like where it all started, which is YouTube. And what I want to do is kind of go over how my YouTube helps my OnlyFans and slushy business. So as you know, this is kind of where I got my start and where I started sharing my journey about OnlyFans in general, and also where I started my slushy. So YouTube is really at the core of everything and where I've been sharing my journey. And so I think it's a big part of who I am and how my career has kind of like developed. So let's go to my channel and talk about some of the things that I think helped me. And then actually, while we're at it, we'll just go through each like platform and talk about the wins and losses in each. So I think one thing that I kind of missed out on with YouTube was really catering to a male audience. I don't have a channel that really targets buyers and fans in that way and the male audience. I really use my YouTube channel to share my experiences and share what I learn with other creators. So in that way, it is sort of a loss, because I still do get fans from my YouTube channel, I won't lie, but it's not like it's catering towards that. So I will say, I think one of the losses was not having a channel that was specifically for the male gaze, What I'm gonna do into the new year is I actually made an Alanah Sips account, which if you've been watching my videos lately, I have started a whole new Instagram called Alanah Sips, and it's really geared towards that male audience and trying to target fans and buyers for my slushy and my OnlyFans. So I did create a new channel. But I will say a win for this year on my YouTube channel was hitting 70K and 50K. So I had 2 really big milestones this year, and I remember literally crying because this year has been a long time coming for my YouTube channel. If you have been watching me since before, like OF and everything, I've been doing my YouTube channel literally years and years and years before I started doing this. So my channel was really nothing to do with OnlyFans before. It was vlogging, it was, other aspects of my life. So just in general, being able to share my journey and everything has been a big win for me. But let's look at the most popular videos and see how those have affected my business. So I'm looking at my most popular videos and I'm looking for something that happened in the last year. Okay, so a win for this year on YouTube was how to set up an OnlyFans from scratch, step-by-step guide. It has 150K views, and this was 11 months ago. So this was, you know, right at the beginning of the year. And honestly, that video was a huge win because it brought a lot of you creators to my channel, and I'm really grateful for that because obviously this is what I love to do, is like teach and share my journey and help other creators grow and create. So that was kind of like a big step. I also want to mention my Thrivecast this year has been all about creators, and specifically adult creators. So that was also a really big win for this year. I think that was really helpful to a lot of creators to kind of see other people's journeys, their wins, their ups and downs, their, you know, the struggles that they have gone through. And I think that was a win for like the community in a general, just for us to all realize like, hey, we're in this together. We go through the ups, we go through the downs. Here's how we can better improve our business. But yeah, that was another thing that I kind of want to talk about is Thrivecast. And going into the new year, there's going to be a whole new season. Yes, season 2 is over, but that does not mean there's not gonna be more episodes. I just want to make sure that this next season is brand new and it's something different and something unique from last season. It will still obviously be like related to this subject because that's what we've been talking about, and I think that that's what everyone is really interested in and what I'm interested in. Yeah, this next season is gonna be something really exciting, and I'll definitely let you know once it's ready to go. Okay, let's find another video in the last year. Okay, so we have another one that has almost 100,000 views, and this was from a year ago exactly, and it is how to gain OnlyFans subs fast. And this was kind of a pivotal turning point in my success on OnlyFans as well, because there was a lot of tips in that video that did help me gain really, really quickly. And I think this year has been a really challenging year for a lot of OF creators. But what's really unique and what kind of brings me to my next success is that about halfway through this year, Slushy came into my life. And that has been a huge success for this year for I think a lot of creators, specifically me as well. Like, that has been such a turning point and a really pivotal turning point in my career, because OnlyFans for the last few years has been kind of a struggle. As you know, one of the losses this year was that my OnlyFans was banned for a week. And a few years ago, they also wanted to remove all adult content from their platform. So for the last few years, and specifically when I got banned this year, it made me realize like I cannot trust OnlyFans, and I need to find a platform that I can trust and that wants to support creators. And this turning point 6 months into the year was Slushy that came about, and it said, here you go, we want to help creators, we want to learn from creators and, you know, create tools for creators and specifically adult creators to benefit their business. And one thing that's so great about that platform is that if you are a smaller creator, finding fans fast is really easy to do on this platform because it has that scrollability like TikTok, where new fans can find you. As long as you're posting, you're gonna be on that feed. And so it was a really pivotal turning point and a really big win for, I think, the adult content creator community. So that was a really big one for me. And like I said, one of those losses was OnlyFans, but like, you know, being banned for a week, which was really scary because for an entire week I wasn't able to make money on that platform. And luckily when I got my account back, I was able to actually build it up double the next week. So I made back the money and more. So it turned out it was okay. But at the same time, it made me really think about, okay, does OnlyFans support us creators? And if anything happens, do I have a backup? Do I have a plan B? So that was a win and a loss right there this year. Okay, so I think that's good for YouTube. Going into next year, I am going to continue to build up that Alanah Sips page. And right now what I've been doing is Reels, but I do plan on creating some videos as well for that page. And I've been really consistent with the Reels. I've been doing 2 Reels a day. And I've been doing that consistently for, I want to say 2 months, but might be just 1 month. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So the next win / loss, let's dive into Instagram. Instagram has been, in the beginning of the year, a big giant loss. And I think I wish I would have known earlier to start doing Reels, because I think I would have gotten on the wave a little quicker. But so yeah, the beginning of the year, it was a loss. I wasn't using Instagram to its benefit. I had a separate, like, secondary account, but I just wasn't using it really. And just towards the end of the year, just a couple of months ago, I did create a brand new kind of like worker account, spicy page account, and it is Alanah Sips, and I've been posting 2 Reels a day consistently, and I haven't seen those views grow. Slowly. It is a new account, and there are some things that I've learned in the process. And I also have another account called Alanah.co, and that one is also a spicy page account, and I'm doing spicy Reels there as well 2 times a day. And that one I started doing maybe a few weeks ago. So I have one that I've been doing for 2 months and one that I've been doing for a few weeks. And I think that was a win and a loss this year, because I could have started doing this sooner, but at least I started doing it now. And that's what I'm going to continue to do through the new year. Get those Reels going and post consistently and be engaged in the community on Instagram. What I've learned actually through doing these is I think that it's important to build up your Instagram without the spiciness first, so that the platform trusts you and pushes you out into the algorithm. Because I noticed that it's a lot harder if you start out pretty strong with like the adult content. And obviously I'm being as careful as possible, but the first month I was just getting banned left and right, and my views were not doing so good. And I finally found a pretty good system where Instagram has been trusting me the last few weeks, and my views have been slowly starting to go up and everything. But it's still such a new account that I think the algorithm just doesn't want to push you out unless they know that you're not like completely pushing this, your spicy pages. Which another thing that I learned is about the bios. At first I had my beacons in my bio, and that kept getting, flagged. And then I made a link tree because I was like, okay, I guess I have to make a link tree, even though I always see link trees getting flagged. I put a link tree in there, and then it started getting flagged again. So what I ended up doing is I made a whole nother Instagram account with the link tree, and my main 2 spicy pages, I just put the username for that Instagram, so they can click on that username and it goes to that page that has the link tree. So then only that page is not being shown to, because when it gets flagged, it's not like it gets removed, it just isn't being distributed and into the algorithm, like your content isn't. So since that page doesn't have any content, it doesn't matter if it's getting distributed, because these pages are. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, I think that was what I learned so far from being on the platform and what's been working for me. And yeah, I'm just excited to keep seeing like how that grows. And so that was one page. So another big like loss actually is TikTok. Just as I mentioned on all other platforms, I started an Alanah Sips account, and I think it's a similar situation where the platform needs to trust you first, so your content has to be pretty PG. And I'm not getting great views on the Alanah Sips TikTok account, but I think if I'm consistent, it'll start to grow, because I did notice a little bit of a growth, and it's like the most minute growth. Like I had 0 views and now I have like 50. Like it's really small. But I think TikTok is kind of a loss this year. I have not been feeling super passionate about it. And when I also think about my main page and my main account, like I've had some TikToks, reach 20K or something like that. Maybe I had one reach like 250,000, but nothing really too crazy. I think I had like 2 or 3 this year that reached, over 100,000 or like under 500,000 like views. And that might sound like, oh, what do you mean? Like, that's amazing. Yeah, but it was like a few videos, and then the rest, it's just been like really bad views, but I think part of that is like getting in my own way with TikTok. I'm not as consistent with it. I don't really know what I want to do with that account because that is my personal account. It's my Alanah Cole account, and I just haven't really been feeling super passionate. So I would say that has been a big loss this year, is not being able to utilize TikTok to its fullest potential. And going into the new year, I do plan to kind of figure out what is my vibe for TikTok? What do I want to do on my personal page? How do I want to present myself? Because on Instagram Reels, on my personal page, I've been able to find kind of something that I enjoy doing, which is writing really cute little quotes and like motivational things for you creators. And I think that like makes sense to my personal brand. But on TikTok, I don't think that type of content is going to do as well. So I really need to think about, okay, what do I want to present and what would do well? And those are two things that as creators, we do have to think about. Who do you want to be and what's actually going to get views? Like what's worth your time? And also, how can you be consistent? Because if you're not enjoying what you're doing, you're not going to be consistent. And if it's too hard to do, you're not going to be consistent. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about for TikTok. And we'll just keep moving forward because that one was a real negative one. So TikTok, okay, Twitter. Twitter has been a huge success this year. I started out the year with maybe like 5,000 followers. Now I have 9,382, and I think we'll reach 10K pretty quickly. And so a strategy that I've been using there is really getting in those engagement groups. And I have a video describing all of the things that I'm doing for Twitter. So you guys can watch that. But I do think that Twitter has been, I would say, a success this year. It's helped me get new followers. It's helped me grow my Twitter. It's helped me grow my spicy pages. And I think that it's a really fun place to post because you can kind of be a little bit more, you know, spicy, and your page will have this sort of like, not ban, but you won't be able to be searched if you have a not suitable for work page. So you do have to be careful if you want to be searched, but I think even if you can't be searched on Twitter, you can still grow your Twitter with engagement groups, because then that pushes your account out there for new fans to follow you. So it's kind of nice that you get that opportunity to be reposted, unlike most social media pages. Like I know on TikTok you can be reposted, obviously, because there's that button where it's like repost this TikTok. So that's sort of similar, but with Twitter, I think it's like really developed really well that you get a lot more eyes on your posts. And what I found there is videos for me don't perform as well. Photos actually perform better, which is really easy because I have a lot of photos that I can reuse. And I like to either ask a question or like, you know, prompt some sort of response to my page. And I try to like say repost if blank, you know, so more people are reposting it. And I think Twitter's been a really great success this year. Okay, so that's it for my pages. As I mentioned, I did start a Facebook, and I don't have enough data to say whether that's a win or a loss yet, because I did just start it about a month ago. So I don't want to give you guys any information that I can't back up yet. But I will say trying new platforms this year has been a win, like Friendly and Slushy, and just getting out there a little bit more. I know there's tons of other platforms that I do want to try out, like FetLife, and I do want to kind of, you know, just try different things for you this year. I think that's going to be something that I do this year, is really try some new platforms and give you guys what I actually think of them, kind of doing like some reviews of platforms. So let me know if you want to see that. And I think that's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you're going to be doing for 2024. And with that all being said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.